Hey everyone, Chamia here with the Just Chamia Show, and we are with the lovely Ann Davis of Hair Divas.
Hello.
Hey. So before we talk about Hair Divas, tell us, what are you reading and what are you listening to?
Well, currently I don't have time to read or listen to anything because I'm launching like 3 additional business expansions with my business as we speak.
Okay, all right. Busy girl. She works hard for the money. Do you have time to sleep?
barely.
Get that rest in there. Even God rested. So for those who don't know you, tell us, who is Ann?
Ann Davis is the owner of Hair Divas Distributor. We're celebrating our 5th year anniversary. Yay!
Yay!
So I specialize, I'm a hair distributor, specialize in virgin Indian tempo hair.
All right.
So it's a little different than what you see at the corner beauty supply store.
Awesome. So before we get into talking more about Hair Divas, I want to get your opinion on a few news stories happening out in the world.
Didn't I tell you that? Okay. Let's go for it.
Okay, so it's basketball season.
Okay.
You've heard of basketball, right?
Yeah, I know basketball.
Okay. So it's basketball season, and All-Star Weekend is coming up. And this week, Commissioner Adam Silver said to Comcast Sportsnet here in the Bay Area, ultimately, we want to see your best teams in the playoffs. It's this whole notion of getting rid of this bracket system where you have the top 8 teams in the East, top 8 in the West, where really the West is dominating. Maybe we just see West, or just see the best teams. Do you think that the best team should be going to the playoffs and the finals, or we should be struggling to find the best in the East and the West just to keep the East and the West?
No, the best team should go to the finals.
There it is, Adam Silver.
The best team should go to the finals.
Make it happen.
Go Warriors.
Okay. See, that wasn't bad, right?
No.
Okay. So in Columbus, Ohio, Brandon Moore was convicted of gang raping this 22-year-old woman. So this happened in 2001. At the time, he was 15 years old. So he's currently 29. He was sentenced in 2008 to 112 years in prison. So that's pretty much life in prison and then some. So his attorney is currently appealing the sentence, saying that it's unconstitutional for him, because at the time, again, he was 15 years old when he committed the crime, to be given a life sentence. So my first question to you on this matter is, do you think that children who commit heinous crimes such as murder or rape should be given life sentences, where adults who commit those same crimes do get life sentences?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
If I think at the age of 15, that's pretty much, you have 3 years to adulthood. So you are very aware of what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at 15, you think that fair punishment for a kid, or at that time you thinking they have the mindset for an adult, a life sentence is okay?
Well, this depends on the crime, how heinous the crime is. But if it was like a brutal rape, yes.
Okay.
I do.
There you have it. I appreciate that opinion. In East Java, Indonesia, lawmakers there are proposing a virginity test for schoolgirls. So basically, before they graduate, they'll be tested to see if they're still virgins. Those who fail the test don't get to graduate from high school. And the whole premise of that is to encourage morality, no premarital sex, etc. What do you think about this?
That's to the left field, but I kind of agree with it. Because today's society around the world it's just a little bit different. We're so far fetched from Christianity or religion or things like that. That I do agree. I agree, because when you put a bad seed into a flock, it's going to contaminate the flock. I mean, it's written. That's what it says in the Bible. So kind of agree.
So let me ask you this then.
They go to homeschool.
They go to homeschool. Well, at this point they finish and they just don't get to graduate. But this is a virginity test for the girls. How do you do a virginity test for boys?
Ooh.
Should they? Should boys in Indonesia or around the world be held to the same standards?
Yes, they should.
As these little girls?
Yes, they should.
Okay.
Yes, they should.
So something for lawmakers in Indonesia, you need to consider that.
Yeah, they should be tested.
Okay. All right. Huffington Post. The Huffington Post reported that black hair in America is a potentially $500 billion industry. So we know that it's hundreds of millions of dollars are spent every year on black hair care products in the United States. But when you factor in flat irons and weaves and extensions and all these other things, they think that the number is grossly underestimated, that it's closer to $500 million that can be spent on black hair. Well, just thinking about the $500 million spent on black hair products.
Well, let me just
a year. What?
Okay, you're absolutely right. I did my own research, and you're absolutely right. What's the alarming thing is that 98% of the black hair care products is manufactured in China.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's the research that I've done. Also, there's no FDA approval on consumer black hair care products. So, being a black woman myself, and I'm 51 now, and I remember when I was younger, women's hair grew longer when they went natural. You go without a perm, your hair will probably go about 6 inches in probably in a year. But those things are not happening now, because whatever they're putting in the products, which we don't know, I strongly believe there's an effect on the growth of our hair, the scalp irritations, alopecia symptoms, but it's not a diagnosis of alopecia. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. So yeah.
And for people who don't know, what is alopecia?
Alopecia is a scalp disease that formulates circles of baldness throughout the scalp.
Wow. And so the products that people are putting on their hair could potentially be causing the hair to not grow. Well,
okay, so because I'm in the industry, in the hair business, the research that I've done with the extensions as well as with the hair products, it's alarming because, like I said, there's no FDA approval, so who knows what's going on. Nothing has been tested or not scientifically tested, that states that, but I don't know. But the experience that I have with women coming in this my establishment, that's what I had a good experience in. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that documentary Good Hair?
Yes. Chris Rock, right?
Chris Rock. And remember when he the scientist did the demonstration with the LaRae?
Yeah.
Well, that what made me go on a quest about what was going on. So even though that can dissolved in that LaRae, that's a main ingredient in our straighteners, our relaxers. And so that made made it alarming that if that can melt a can, what's going on our scalp? Even though it's diluted, but still, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So $500 billion. Why do hair care products cost so much? Let's talk just on hair itself, not about the products or the flat irons and things like that, but just hair extensions. Why do they cost so much?
The extensions cost so much because we're in a vain society that we want to be glamorous. And so a weave, putting a weave in your head eliminates, like, you don't have to really maintain it. If you decide to be lazy and don't want to comb it, that you're not even damaging your natural hair. Well, that was the concept originally. But it's more for the glamour and beauty.
Wow. So we pay the price.
Pay the price.
Botox, lips, butt, boobs, and hair. So gotta pay the cost.
Gotta pay the cost.
So do you think that black women spend more on their hair than women of other cultures? So in looking at this Huffington Post article, they're talking about $500 billion in the black hair care industry.
Absolutely.
Is that on par with other cultures, or we do spend more?
We do spend more.
Wow. Why do you think that is?
It goes back, I don't know, black African Americans are just heavy consumers. I mean, I just read an article just last week that we spent, we're the highest spenders around the Christmas season, so I think it was like 22% of what was spent was by African Americans.
We just do.
We just do.
All right. So I want to get into a little hair education for those, including myself, who don't know. What is virgin human hair? What does that mean when you see that on a package?
Virgin human hair, well, not on the package. So let's go back. Okay, so actually, hair extensions originated in India. In the Indian culture, the Hindu religion, the women shave and sacrifice their hair for religious purposes. Chris Rock documented that in his Good Hair documentary. That's where it originated. China and India are right next door to each other. So China seeing what they were doing, because they've been doing it for thousands of years, so they're doing their religion. It was not for profit. It was just for their what they did for their religion. So China was literally going over to their India, taking the hair out of their garbage, landmark, or whatever, where it was stored, for free, and taking it back to China and doing what they do. So they were producing it, filling it, and packaging it, and distributing it all over the world. So about 15 years ago, India was like, because you made $1 billion industry off of our hair,
right.
So we went in on it, and so they start charging China for what they were doing. So of course they were going to back up from it. So what happened at that point, when China went back, when the Chinese people went back to China, they started filling it with more of a wig filler, and then they started using a cheaper wig filler.
Okay.
And
so is that a wig filler, synthetic material blended with the human hair?
Synthetic material, yes.
Okay. Wow. So virgin hair, does that mean it doesn't have any synthetic fillers?
So virgin hair, well, particularly my virgin hair, is imported from India, from the temples of India. So each bundle, per se, of my hair is coming straight off of one lady's head. So you could consider that as one DNA.
Okay. All right. And so I know we're going to talk about bundles of hair, which is a whole nother foreign world to a lot of people, because we're used to going into these beauty supplies and everything's in a package. And on the packages, you see things like Remy or Indian or Brazilian. What is Remy hair? What does that mean?
Remy means process.
Oh, okay.
Brazilian means process. Malaysian means process. Peruvian means process. I can go on and on and on.
So it's a process. It's not where the hair is actually coming from.
It's all coming from China.
Wow.
All that hair is coming from China with a name on it, and that's what's the problem with African Americans. They throw a name on it and put it out there, and then we just fuck for it. You know what I mean? Because it's something new that we have never seen before. But it's all process.
Wow. That's amazing. I know that I thought that if it said Brazilian, the hair was coming from somebody running on the beach in Rio, and I was going to take that and look like that.
No.
Oh, wow. And let's talk hair. So first, what is synthetic hair?
Synthetic hair is a human hair blend. Well, it's not even a human hair blend. It's like a filler, a wig filler.
Okay.
They use it for many reasons, but it's a wig filler. It's just like a product that is non-human.
Okay.
Pretty much what they use for like doll hair.
Okay. Okay. So when you're in a beauty supply and you're looking at different types of hair, we have some examples that we're going to look at, and people are seeing synthetic hair, and then you see human hair. Certainly what you can do with them is different. Synthetic hair will melt.
Well, you can't like color synthetic hair. You can't use like a high heat styling tool on synthetic hair.
Okay.
So pretty much when you buy synthetic hair, you have to buy it in the texture that you would like.
Okay.
And then it's,
Set it and forget it. It's done. What you buy is what you get. So I think we have a synthetic ponytail there. So just want to look at that. So if you look at this next to some human hair, so in a package human hair anyway, how do you know like that?
I'm trying to get this untangled.
Yeah.
Well, you see it has like a shine to it. It just almost looks like it's just unreal. I mean, like it's just unreal. Like, just look at it. Okay. It's just like unreal.
Okay. So girls in Malaysia aren't walking around with hair that look like this?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Because why? Because natural hair doesn't shine like this? Or?
Well, natural hair is not going to shine like this, and it's not, I mean, it's been a process for it to lay. Well, I guess if you was Caucasian, you will have that flowy thing. But this is imitation hair, so it's designed to mock real hair.
Okay. All right. So the other thing that we see is hair that's labeled as human hair, and we have some packages over there, some packages of hair.
So educational 101 on hair extensions. Okay, so this is the Milky Way brand, and as you can see, it says 100% human, right? Okay, so realistically, we're adults. We've been around for a while. You see this pattern of the texture? This is almost perfect. Human hair is not perfect like that. Even if it was curly or wavy, it wouldn't be perfectly formed like that. Okay. Okay, that's one way of processed. The other one is the color. And like I said, all you have to have is one strand of human hair in this to label as 100% human. That's how they get away with it.
So, but process doesn't mean that it's not human.
Yes, it does. It means like it's not human.
Because it's been colored
It's
and
been filled. The number one process is filled with the wig filler. That's the
Okay.
number one process.
Okay.
And then sometimes it's colored, and then sometimes it's texturized.
Okay, so if you see anything that's in a package that's labeled human hair, that's curled, does that mean that just because it's curled, it's automatically not 100% human?
No. Okay. Let's go back. So the main process when they do wig extension hair is they fill it with the wig filler. So that's the number one process.
Okay.
And then there might be different other variations of process.
Okay.
This will go on and on and on. Color, texturized, just different things. But it's processed because it's filled
Okay.
with the wig filler.
Okay, so anything that you buy in a package is going to have filler in it.
Exactly.
Okay. But filler doesn't necessarily mean bad, does it? Or how do you know if
Well,
you're
it
getting something that
depends.
has more or less filler?
What depends is how much human hair is in the package, is the longevity of it.
Okay.
So the package here is probably less than 1% of real human hair.
For any brand?
For any brand.
Wow. Okay. So is there any such thing as a good package?
Not that I know of.
Wow.
But come tell me if you find one.
Okay. So that being said then, does Hair Divas sell processed hair?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So this process here is what we sell.
This is processed hair.
This is processed hair.
Can we see this next to the 100% hair, the virgin?
And this
That doesn't look that different to me.
exactly.
That's amazing.
And the reason being is because the process here that we sell is 40 to 60% virgin, and it's blended with a synthetic wig filler.
Wow.
So that's why.
So how come you guys can do 40 to 60% and then these package people?
Because I'm getting my hair manufactured in India. That's why.
Wow. That's amazing.
So this is a little bit affordable. This is like half the price of the virgin hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's blended.
Because it's blended. And I would say my process here has a 6 to a year wear to it.
6 year?
6 months to a year.
6 months to a year. That's amazing. So you can get processed hair from Hair Divas,
Yes, you can.
and you can get it in bundle. So this is considered bundle on the track.
Well, this is considered a bundle.
Bundle. And do you also have processed hair in bulk?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I can get that as well.
Okay. So the bulk would be if you're braiding the hair, and then the bundle is for weaving.
For weaving or
wigs.
Or wigs.
Okay. Amazing. Amazing. So why just understanding the process and the importance of having the natural, the virgin hair, why do processed hair at all? Or offer processed hair at all?
The reason why I offer processed hair is because my hair is quite expensive, and so I just don't want you to walk out the door.
Okay.
And usually the women that I sell the processed hair to, they'll come back and get the virgin hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but this is more affordable. So, Hair Divas truly does have something for everyone.
We have something for everyone.
Amazing. Amazing. Awesome. Thank you. That's been an excellent tutorial on synthetic, processed with a high quality blend, and of course the Indian virgin temple hair. Thanks, Ann.